Welcome to the 8th lecture of Polymer Science and Technology. Today we will see the molecular weight of the polymer. Because of the polydisperse nature of the polymer molecular weight do not have the same molecular weight. As I told you earlier that the molecular weight of the polymer depends upon the number of the repeating unit present in each chain, and there is a possibility that the number of repeating units in different chains may differ. For example, there are 3 chains of polyethylene. In first chain there are 500 repeating units, so the molecular weight of the repeating unit multiplied by the number of repeating units, so the molecular weight of the polymer chain is 14,000 in first chain. Similarly, in case of second chain there are 550 units, so the molecular weight of the second chain is 15,400. Likewise, the molecular weight of the third unit, which is having 600 units, is 16,800. So we can see that the molecular weight of different polymer chains are different. So there is a need to express the molecular weight of the polymer as the average molecular weight. So there are 4 types of average molecular weight. First one is the number average molecular weight, which is denoted by Mn bar. Second is the weight average molecular weight, which is denoted by Mw bar. Third one is the viscosity average molecular weight, which is denoted by Mv bar. And fourth one is the random average molecular weight, denoted by Mz bar. Now we'll see them in the detail. Okay. Let us consider that the polymers, this is my polymer sample, which is containing n number of molecules or polymer chain, and these chains are of different size. You can see the size of the chains are different. Okay, now if I segregate the polymer chains depending upon their molecular weight in various fractions, let's say there are ith fractions, 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise ith fraction. So in the first fraction there are n1 number of polymer chains having molecular weight m1. Similarly, in second fraction there are n2 number of chains having molecular weight of m2. Now within this fraction the molecular weight of all the chains will be exactly m2. In first fraction the molecular weight will be exactly m1. In third case, number of chain, in third fraction the number of chain is n3 having molecular weight m3, and likewise in the ith fraction there are ni number of chains having molecular weight mi. Okay, so likewise we can fractionate the chains depending upon their molecular weight. So you can see in the first fraction the lowest molecular weight is present, in the second one molecular weight is slightly higher, in third one molecular weight is little more, likewise the highest molecular weight is in the last fraction or ith fraction. Total number of polymer chains, so we can sum up n1 in first fraction, n2 in second fraction, n3 in the third fraction, likewise n1 plus n2 plus n3 till ni. So total number of polymer chains is sigma ni. Number of molecules in fraction 1, so there are n1 chain in fraction 1. So number fraction of fraction 1, number fraction of the fraction 1 will be n1. n1 is the number of chain present in fraction 1 divided by total number of polymer chain present, which is sigma ni. So n1 over sigma ni is the number fraction of fraction 1. Now molecular weight contribution by the fraction 1, how much molecular weight is contributed by my fraction 1. So I have to multiply the number fraction with the molecular weight of my first fraction. So here molecular weight of the first fraction is m1 and number fraction was n1 over sigma ni. So molecular weight contribution by fraction 1 will become n1 m1 over sigma ni. Okay. Likewise, molecular weight contribution by other fractions will be n2 m2 over sigma ni, n3 m3 over sigma ni, likewise ni mi over sigma ni. So these are the contribution of molecular weight by fraction 1, 2, 3 till ith fraction. Therefore, the number average molecular weight Mn bar of the whole polymer chain is given as Mn bar is equal to the contribution molecular weight contribution of the first fraction plus molecular weight contribution of the second fraction plus molecular weight contribution of the third fraction, likewise the molecular weight contribution of ith fraction. So this is going to be n1 m1 over sigma ni plus n2 m2 over sigma ni plus n3 m3 over sigma ni till ni mi over sigma ni. So we can write this expression as ni mi over sigma ni. So this is the formula for the calculation of number average molecular weight, where ni is the number of chains in the particular fraction, mi is the molecular weight of that particular fraction, and sigma ni is the total number of chain present in the polymer sample. So we have calculated the number average molecular weight. Now we will calculate the weight average molecular weight. So likewise, let us assume that the total weight of the polymer W is sigma ni mi, means the molecular weight of each fraction multiplied by the number of chains present in each fraction and summation of all such fractions. So this will be sigma ni mi. Now weight of the fraction 1 will be W1 is equal to n1 m1. As we have calculated the number fraction in previous case, now we will calculate the weight fraction of fraction 1. So the weight fraction of the fraction 1 will be the weight of the fraction 1, which is n1 m1 divided by total weight of the polymer W. So this is going to be n1 m1 over sigma ni mi. Molecular weight contribution of fraction 1 means this fraction, weight fraction n1 m1 over sigma ni mi has to be multiplied by the molecular weight of fraction 1. So this will become n1 m1 square, because m1 m1 will become m1 square over sigma ni mi. Likewise, the molecular weight contribution of other fraction will be n2 m2 square over sigma ni mi. The third contribution of the molecular weight contribution of the third fraction will be n3 m3 square over sigma ni mi. Similarly, the molecular weight contribution of the ith fraction will be ni mi square over sigma ni mi. Therefore, the weight average molecular weight mw bar of the whole polymer will be mw bar is equal to the contribution summation of the contribution of each fraction. That's mean the contribution of the first fraction plus contribution of the second fraction plus contribution of the third fraction till the contribution of the ith fraction. So this will be n1 m1 square over sigma ni mi plus n2 m2 square over sigma Ni Mi plus N3 M3 square over sigma Ni Mi, and so on Ni Mi square over sigma Ni Mi. So the weight average molecular weight is defined as Ni Mi square over sigma Ni Mi, where I is the number of fraction. So if you compare the formula of number average molecular weight with the weight average molecular weight, you will find that there is square, additional square, Ni Mi square, and there is an additional Mi in the denominator. Okay, so apart from Mn bar and Nw bar, there are two other ways of expressing the molecular weight based upon the sedimentation and the flow behavior of the polymer solution. They are known as the Z average molecular weight, Mz bar, and the viscosity average molecular weight, Mv bar, and they are expressed as Mz bar is represented as sigma Ni Mi cube over sigma Ni Mi square, and the viscosity average molecular weight Mv bar is represented as, inside the bracket, sigma Ni Mi to the power 1 plus A over sigma Ni Mi to the whole power 1 upon A, where A is a Marx-Hoving constant and its value ranges from 0.5 to 1. Okay, if the value of the Marx-Hoving constant is 1, in that case the viscosity average molecular weight is exactly as the weight average molecular weight. Marx-Hoving equation relates the intrinsic viscosity with the viscosity average molecular weight Mv bar, and this is the Marx-Hoving equation where intrinsic viscosity of the dilute polymer solution is equal to K times Mv bar to the power A, where K and A are Marx-Hoving constants and depend upon the polymer solution, solvent and temperature of the system. Okay, so this was the end of lecture 8, and I hope you people have understood. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.